Class. Class. Sister, remember those days?
I never got
I'm a peer of sisters, so they asked me to introduce and to do for her what she would not do for herself, which is pray. So that's my job. My name is Ken Coughlin. I know Sister as a student and as a peer and now as a role model. And I'm supposed to tell you a little bit about the journey from where she started here in Tulsa to where she is now based out of Washington, D.C. Part of this is just the bio, the facts of her life. Today, and I'm still transitioning, as Catherine Devonshire has a hard time calling me Ken. Sister, I'm still transitioning to Sister Mary, Servant of the Cross. She is a member of religious order, the Servants of the Lord, and the Virgin of Matara, based out of Washington, D.C. Sister Mary Servant currently oversees the formation of those considering the religious life. She graduated from Bishop Kelley in 2001, having participated in basketball cross country. And I'll tell you this, if I was on the other team, I would not want her to be guarding me. As nice as she is now, she was not always nice on the court. All I have to say is elbows. And so she went on to graduate from Benedictine College in 2005 with a degree in religious studies and a minor in education. After graduation, Sister Servant volunteered as a focus missionary, where she was working to evangelize students at Loras College in Dubuque, Iowa. She did this in the hopes that she would strengthen their relationship with Jesus and their Catholic faith. One summer, she led a mission trip to Peru. You can already see that she is stretching her boundaries. She then leads a spring break mission trip into the heart of Appalachia. She gets to see things and leads other people to see things that in their own comfort zone they would not have. In August of 2007, Sister Servant begins teaching theology at Bishop Kelley, where she also coached basketball, track, and started the bike club. Now, let me tell you about the bike club. How many times did you ride all the way to Oklahoma City on that bike? Right. And then she passes it on to another teacher. Thank you very much. Because we felt we can't let it stop now. And then where's Tim Wymore? It's now being passed on to Tim. So I guess one of the credits of somebody is what they leave behind to grow. So it started out with just kids who you're showing them a simpler lifestyle. And now, I don't know how many dollars you have eventually raised for that. She continues this until the fall of 2009, when she decided to act on this calling to the religious life. Sister Servant entered the community of the Servants of the Lord and of the Virgin Matara as a religious sister. And the charism of her order is evangelize the culture with joy. Not on the basketball court, but in the classroom. That smile, see that smile now? In the classroom, that was such one of your characteristics. You found a religious order of joy because that's what you brought to it. She professed her first vows in October of 2010. As a simply professed sister, she then traveled to Spain, Brazil, and Poland to participate in the World Youth Day. From Brazil, she and her group traveled to several of her order's houses of mercy in Argentina, where they ministered to, as Jesus would say, the least, the handicapped, the orphaned, and those who are disabled. She worked at their the missionary convent in Guyana in December of 14, bringing a sacramental presence to the local people who did not have one. She then again, not surprisingly, worked with the youth with that joyful smile and inviting everyone by example to know Jesus the Lord. She professed her final vows in 2016 and served at her order's mission in Peterborough, Canada. Later, she began her present position as mother to 30 sisters that are in their formation at the Junior House of Studies in Washington, D.C. Sister often works the Order's annual youth festival in upstate New York, which brings many kids who just don't have the privileges that many of our kids at Bishop Kelley have. She works with underprivileged teens to do what? The stuff that she was gifted at: sports, food, spiritual sharing, and sacramental presence. Recently, she served in Ecuador for 6 weeks, helping with the missions there. She is still involved with Bishop Kelley, welcoming our students to the March for Life whenever we get to Washington, D.C. When she comes home, she continues to visit our school and to help kids discern their vocation. Whether that's the religious life or the married life, it's the vocation that God has gifted and called them to. Sister Servant has fully devoted her life to the sisters, professing a life of poverty, serving with joy everywhere and always. I'm going to tell you one personal story about who you are, Silla. It's coming. So we had finals today, 9. Kid walks in at about 8. Some of the conversations we had, this kid is having the same conversation. I already knew I was going to be up here tonight. I did not know I was going to lose it, but I knew I was going to be up here tonight. And I thought, the seeds that you plant, you don't even know the kids. But we got kids like you who are searching, asking, at times impatient. I want to know now, Lord. So I was telling them, I know somebody like you. In time, God will make it clear what God wants you to do. And then, like this person I know, you will have joy and it'll just show on your face. Sister, welcome home, but I'm glad you left. The world needs you.
Yeah. These are my notes. Okay. Well, I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to try my best. Okay. First of all, I am extremely honored, but probably all the more humble to be here tonight to receive this award. But I stand and I know that I'm here because of the many examples and the experience that I have had my whole life. And so I stand before you thanking my these tables here. Yeah, I stand here thanking my family and thanking my family of Bishop Kelley and my friends, and for those who have been a support to me and really have been an example to me of the call of the gospel. And I think I can specifically say a call of the gospel in living the spirit of true poverty and a zeal for justice that Christ gives us in his example and in his way. And I can, reflecting, this has been a great moment once again to reflect on the lessons that I did receive from Bishop Kelley as a student and also as a teacher for these 2 years. And those 2 points to share with you is that I walked away knowing that that we all have a very special personal purpose in life. And how true that is, and how that is only found in the infinite and the unmerited and the free love of God. And that is what gives us freedom, but also, in the words of Pope Benedict XVI, that man is made for greatness. And then that greatness is identified and known in every single person, no matter their gifts, no matter their talents, no matter their usefulness to society, because their love and their worth is found by being a child of God, and one in which we know our purpose, as the Catechism tells us, to know, to love, and to serve God, so we might be happy in this life, but eternally happy in heaven. And so, leading to the second lesson is that we all have my purpose, that lifelong journey, but that I have a desire, leaving Bishop Kelley and knowing I have a desire to make a difference. I have the power to make a difference with my life. And then coming really to know God's personal invitation to me, that I was able to respond to in my time of teaching here at Bishop Kelley, which was a great grace, because we'll just let you in on the inside. I wasn't so excited at the beginning, maybe a little nervous. I didn't really believe that if I give him everything, I will receive all the more. And that he, as he promises us, that he's never outdone in generosity. It's true. It's 100% true. And he's never let me down in that. So I stand before you very humble, but also one in which I want to be able to continue to witness to that generosity and continue to witness to the joy that comes from a true spirit of poverty, knowing that in my life, taking vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, to be able to be a witness that really God is the only treasure. He's the only worth in life. And that we ourselves have an opportunity to live, really live for eternity, because that is what we're called for. And that is what we're called to. True love and infinite love. And so I ask for your prayers, really. I ask for your prayers for missionaries and for all those in formation, that we might come to truly know this infinite love of God to the extent that we can, so that we can share it and witness to it. And I also ask you for your prayers for all those who may be discerning, that they may have the courage and the support that I received from the Bishop Kelley community to be able to receive that great gift that I give thanks for every day of my life. So thank you so much.